You got to kick it off with a killer to grab attention. Then you got to take it up a notch.
The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us.
Who are you?
I'm Shiva, the god of death.
Cells. Interlinked.
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
Folks, welcome to Debaser, a film podcast. I'm Jared Rusk, and I'm joined by my co-host, Will.
Happy holidays.
On this episode, or on the show, rather, we explore both new and familiar movies as we attempt to analyze and interpret them, all in an effort to debase the films and ourselves. And today, we already talked about it. We're talking about The Holdovers.
The Holdovers. And drop in the whatchamacallit,
the trailer.
I don't cry because crying doesn't help. Or the trailer, whatever. It doesn't matter. Because there's a song that plays twice.
Oh, okay, yeah. The Nick Drake sounding ass song.
You just earned yourself a detention, sir.
Me with you is already one big detention.
Son of a...
Sir, I don't understand.
That's glaringly apparent.
I can't fail this class.
Oh, don't sell yourself short, Mr. Coates. I truly believe that you can.
Every year at Barton Academy, students, faculty, and staff depart the campus for a 2-week winter break. But there are always an unfortunate few who have nowhere to go for the holidays. They're known as the Holdovers.
Mr. Hunnam.
Hello, Mary.
I heard you got stuck with babysitting duty this year. How'd you manage that?
You know, he used to be a student, right? Yeah, that's why he knows how to inflict maximum pain on us.
I thought all the Nazis were hiding in Argentina.
Stifle it, Tully. You just earned yourself a detention, sir.
Being here with you is already one big detention.
Son of a bitch, that's another detention. Do you think I want to be babysitting you? No, I was praying your mother would pick up the phone or your father would arrive in a helicopter or a flying saucer.
My father's dead.
You don't tell a boy that's been left behind at Christmas that nobody wants him? What's wrong with you?
There's nobody here, okay? You stay out of my way, and I'll stay out of yours.
Let me sleep in the
Now, most of the kids dislike you, pretty much hate you. Teachers, too. You know that, right?
I find the world a bitter and complicated place, and it seems to feel the same way about me. I think you and I have this in common.
I don't think I've ever had a real family Christmas like this before.
Thank you, Mary.
You're welcome.
History is not simply the study of the past, it is an explanation
Of the present. See, when you say it that way and throw in some pornography, it's a lot easier to understand.
I'd like to propose a toast to my two unlikely companions.
Are you trying to look down my shirt?
No. Yes. You're gonna get me fired.
This is your Rubicon.
Do not cross
The Rubicon.
The Holdovers.
So the film is The Holdovers. Just came out this year.
Yeah.
Just came out this season, even.
Yeah.
I think it's been in theaters for like a month, but it's on, it's available to rent and purchase right now on like every,
This seems to be
service.
like a trend that keeps happening.
What's
Some movies that I think that whomever is putting out, in this case, Miramax, is putting the movie out. They're like, okay, this is probably not going to do well in theaters, so might as well just do it streaming now and see if we can make extra.
Nothing stays in theaters more than like 2 weeks. It's
except
insane.
for Godzilla.
No, it's only on week 2.
It's only on week 2?
Yeah, and I don't think it'll be in theaters next week.
But don't fucking say that.
No, and that's why I'm like, you need to see it now.
Fuck.
I'm sorry.
It's made more than Oppenheimer.
No, it made more than Oppenheimer, like domestically or worldwide?
Yeah, hold on. I'll bring it up. Anyways,
I know it's like doing great, but I haven't checked the actual numbers.
Yeah. You keep doing your
anyway, sorry.
real quick. Yeah.
So The Holdovers.
Sorry.
It's available to rent and purchase everywhere. It's not on a streaming service right now, but I encourage you to seek it out. I really enjoyed it, and it's a Christmas movie, so if you're listening to it, it's like it's the holidays. Like, just do it. The film stars Paul Giamatti, Divine Joy Randolph, and Dominic Sessa. The brief synopsis of the film is a cranky history teacher at a remote prep school is forced to remain on campus over the holidays with a troubled student who has no place to go. The Holdovers is written by David Hemmingson and directed by Alexander Payne. David Hemmingson is a prolific television writer that began his career with Disney shows in the 1990s and then moved on to successful sitcoms like Just Shoot Me, Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23, and Blackish. Director Alexander Payne is known for films such as Election, About Schmidt, Sideways, The Descendants, and Downsizing. Did not like that one.
He did Downsizing?
Yeah, you saw that with Matt Damon.
I did not hate it.
Yeah?
Yeah. I thought it was pretty interesting.
I'll break down how I feel about Alexander Payne after this.
We might as well, because I also have some thoughts.
Yeah. I'm really curious because I could have gone either way with you on this movie. Because even my wife was like, I don't think Will's going to like this. But we loved it, my wife and I. Importantly, though, The Holdovers is only one of 2 films that Alexander Payne has directed that he did not write.
Okay.
Thought that was really important. Critical response. The film grossed $16.4 million at the box office.
And it's still... Oh, no, I guess because it's not...
It's out now. It's out of theaters now, yeah. I could not determine its budget, though. I'm assuming it's a low-budget film.
Has to be. It's literally a character study. It's like 3 people.
Right. It is a period piece, though.
Also true, yes. Yeah,
but yeah. I got a snippet about that in here, too. The Holdovers maintains a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Pretty good.
Reviewing the film on Letterboxd, Ayo Debris, whom you may know from the TV show The Bear, wrote, they don't make movies like this anymore, but then they did. Charming. Frightening New England representation.
Oh, hold on, real quick. Is Letterboxd just where people like do their best comedy bit while also doing movie reviews?
Yes,
because every single Letterboxd thing you've said has made me crack up.
I pull funny ones.
Oh, okay.
Some people take it earnestly.
Okay,
and even like real film critics will post snippets of their like review and then go, you can read the rest on theatlantic.com or what have you. But some people just go in there and like try to make a joke. And then it becomes like the most top-rated review for the film. You know what I mean? And those I pull because it's fun. I'm trying to be pithy about it, you know. Also on Letterboxd, user Patrick had this to say of The Holdovers. Paul Giamatti ran that Twink Academy like it's the Navy. 4.5 stars. That was my favorite. I like how you're like, these are all funny, and then that one made you laugh harder than anything.
Be fucking saying twink on this fucking show and not think that I'm gonna laugh like a motherfucker, dude. You can't be doing that shit because he's right.
Yeah,
he's fucking right. Oh my god. Okay, keep going.
While this film is a period piece, it is set very specifically in 1970 New England. I was expecting to find that the film's budget was quite high to accommodate extensive CGI, costumes, and vintage car rentals. However, director Alexander Payne said that capturing the 1970s aesthetic was relatively easy as, quote, change comes slowly to New England.
Ah.
So Alexander Payne, right?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. So I didn't
sorry.
mean that it surpassed it as far as like money goes. It's the highest rated. It's rated higher than Oppenheimer. Godzilla -1.
Oh, like on Rotten Tomatoes or?
I don't fucking know. It's got an 8.4. I think it's like a Metacritic thing.
And like an audience. Oh, on Metacritic? Okay.
Yeah, or something. I don't know. But like, I remember it happened recently and you know, Facebook was like, hey, you like Godzilla? Here's this.
Facebook has become just
awful.
I mean, it always has been.
Right.
But it's egregiously bad now. Like I have to search to see anything about my family now because I like only am on there because of my like extended relatives that I don't, you know, see and keep in touch with otherwise. And so that's the only reason I haven't nuked my account yet.
I go on there to see funny memes about a balding gate.
That's all it wants to show me, whether I've expressed interest in it on there or not. Like it's like, here's wrestling pages because your family likes wrestling.
Yeah.
Here's like tips on building a home and doing plumbing and like stuff about cars. And I'm like, I have Googled these things before, but fuck off. Like, I'm not following these pages. I don't care. Just show me pictures of my cousins and like life updates from my aunts and uncles. Like, that's what it's for.
I gotcha. Yeah. I mean, I still see stuff from friends and family and all that shit, but I also get like memes about the stuff that I like.
Yeah.
And I like those memes. So, you know,
it's a bizarre place.
It's made for me.
Yeah.
It's literally for me. For real.
Okay.
All right. Anyways,
so Alexander Payne, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I hate the film Election.
So
you seen this?
What is that movie?
It's early to mid 90s. No, actually, it might be like 2000. Reese Witherspoon is like a high school student running for class president, and Matthew Broderick, you know, from Godzilla, and Glory, is like the
and Simba
teacher that there's like some weird stuff going on there. I had to watch it for college
Okay.
Like,
was this for the film class? Because I'm going to reference your film class actually in this episode.
I can't remember if it was my film class or if it was a different class. And I hated it. And I was like, I don't like this movie.
Yeah.
I think it's weird. There is like I don't think you explicitly see anything. It's just implied or spoken about, or it happens. I think one of the teachers goes to jail for it. And I was like, I hate this.
Whoa.
And I was like 18, 19 at the time. And I'm like, this sucks. This grosses me out. And like the film wasn't there to make a point. It's kind of just a dark comedy.
Okay.
And like it was giving me like American Beauty vibes, you know, because it's all about like a middle-aged like white guy at the school. And I was like, I hate this. I don't like the guy. I don't like anybody in this movie.
I just think you don't like Matthew Broderick.
No, I do like him because I like Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, that's right, you do. Never mind.
Which we will cover.
Yeah, we're gonna get there.
But yeah, I just didn't like that movie at all.
Okay, I've never seen it. I don't even remember. I don't remember anything about it.
But like, it's an important movie. Like, it's in the Criterion Collection.
Is it really?
Like, film professors love it, and I just couldn't wrap my head around it.
I can't wait till the '90s American Godzilla makes it into the Criterion collection. Like,
it got a 4K steelbook the other day, and I was like,
did it really?
It does
Are you
not
fucking
deserve
serious?
it. Yeah, it does not deserve it.
Holy shit!
I know. But having said that, I do like some of his other films.
So what do you like? Because the only other one that I've seen is Downsizing.
I'm mixed on Sideways, but that's maybe his most prestigious movie.
What is that one about?
It's about Paul Giamatti.
Another one
from this movie.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, they're like, big friends because of that movie. Like that movie really made Paul Giamatti like a household name, which is weird.
Not for me.
Well, for some people, I guess. It got him in his first and only Oscar nom.
Oh, this is the one you were talking about.
Yeah, him and that really attractive like SoCal surfer guy that's like middle aged. I can't remember his name. Fuck, I have to Google him super fast.
That's okay. You can do that. I would say I know Paul Giamatti from that one Nickelodeon movie that had Amanda Bynes in it, where he's
like a bad guy in it.
Yeah, he gets dye packed and ends up being blue for a part of the film.
Yeah, I remember that in the trailers.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of that film, but that I know him from that.
Yeah. Okay, Sideways is a 2004 film that stars Paul Giamatti and Thomas Hayden Church, who you know as Sandman from Spider-Man 3.
He was Sandman?
Yeah. He's a great actor.
I was like, you think he's handsome?
But Thomas Hayden Church is incredibly handsome.
Not for me, man.
Did you watch Twisted Metal?
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, he's really good in that too.
He's in that?
You're going to have a good time. That's a good show.
I've been meaning to watch it. I want to watch it.
Yeah,
trust me, I do. I want to watch
fun.
that.
You'll enjoy
it. What, is that on Peacock or is that Apple?
It's on Peacock.
Okay, I will watch that because I do have that currently.
Okay, I would say if you don't, I can hook you up.
No, I got that. I'm gonna start that shit. I have nothing to do tomorrow. I finished that commission. I got to get my other one in my hand soon.
It's super short too.
Fuck yeah, let's fucking go, dude.
Yeah,
I'm so fucking excited.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you all about it.
One of the Doughboys is
yeah, I know. I remember during the strike, you were
Yeah.
like, man, he's in it, and he's actually doing really fucking well, and he can't fucking talk about it because of the strike.
Now that it's over too, he'll be like, go watch Twisted Metal.
Please.
I'm really good in it.
Yeah.
And people are like, Mitch, you're so good at it. He's like, thank you. It means a lot.
Fucking awesome.
Anyway, Sideways it's just a movie about like these two middle-aged white guys that go on like a midlife crisis trip. They're obsessed with wine. And so they go on like this like wine tasting tour, ended up hooking up with women that like they kind of fall for. But it's just like a really like romantic, like, kind of empathetic movie.
I'm starting to get like a specific vibe with this dude.
Oh yeah. But he didn't write this movie, importantly, I think.
Okay. He didn't write that one. He also didn't write this one.
He didn't write Nebraska, which
I don't know that one.
I have not seen, but it's like a black and white film that I know was like really important and won some awards that I didn't see. I'm sorry. But he also directed The Descendants, which I really liked.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen that film. What is that one about?
So there's a Disney film.
No, not that one. Okay. No.
I always...
Not that one.
I will hear people talk about it, and I'm like, you guys like that movie with George Clooney? And they're like, what?
Yeah.
And they're talking about like some weird Descendants movie.
Yeah, it's a live action show about the kids of Disney villains.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Anyway, I'll hear about it and I'll be like, George Clooney was in that? Anyway, The Descendants, the Alexander Payne film, stars George Clooney. I don't remember anybody else that was in it though.
Okay.
But it's about him, and he lives in Hawaii, right?
Okay.
And he owns a bunch of land in Hawaii, which is like a really big deal because Hawaii is very small, and like people who own the land are very powerful there.
Yeah.
But his wife is comatose and she's about to die. And she was put into the state in a boating accident while she was cheating on George Clooney.
Hell yeah.
And they have two kids together. that are really heartbroken about this. And he's trying to figure out what to do. Like, do they take the wife off life support? Like, it sounds like she's never going to come back, but the parents are real, they don't want to do that. He's got a big decision to make about all the land that he owns. Like, is he going to sell it, or is he going to keep it in the family? Like, what does he do with it? It's a really,
I've never seen it. For some reason I thought I had, but I hadn't.
It's a like sad but funny, like dramedy.
Sure.
And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
Okay.
But it did get some backlash because like it's supposed to be a movie about like the Hawaiian people, but like it stars
if
George Clooney.
you're a white guy who owns a bunch of their land, like that is kind of in poor taste. I was waiting for that to.
And they don't like. I don't think they ever like comment on it, like how weird it is that like this white guy owns all this land, and all these Hawaiian people are telling him like what he should do with it.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Well, it's my decision," And it's like, okay, well, because you're the like descendant of a colonial, like yeah. But I remember liking the movie.
I was like,
that's
not what the movie's about. So like, why would they cover that?
Also, that movie won an Oscar for like I think best screenplay, and one of the writers of that film is Jim Rash, who as the Dean from Community.
No fucking way! Oh,
Yeah,
God, I love him. He's so funny.
He's so good, and he wrote it. So now he's an Oscar-winning writer.
That's
for having written that movie.
Amazing.
Yeah, great
go.
little tidbit that I love about that.
That's great.
So. The Holdovers.
Yeah, now we got to talk about this movie.
All that is to say, I'm very mixed on Alexander Payne. I like a couple of his movies, and I don't like some of his other movies.
Right.
So he can go either way on me,
Yeah.
But to me, this is a lovely film.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought it was a warm and inviting Christmas period piece that isn't cloying. It lets its characters be flawed, yet surprising. The film's 3 leads are a joy to watch every second of this 2-hour film. It's astounding to think that each of them is in a completely different place in their career, where you have Paul Giamatti, who is a veteran actor with a bevy of acting awards and nominations.
Yeah, he's been around for a really long time.
Right. Divine Joy Randolph, who began acting on screen just 10 years ago.
I was going to ask, because she does not look familiar. Actually, nobody in this film looked familiar to me other than Paul Giamatti.
I'll pull up her IMDb, but she's been in a lot of stuff that you may not realize lately. Did you watch Only Murders in the Building?
No, but Haley did start watching that.
Yeah.
So
it's a fun show.
Not seen that. Yeah, it she really likes it.
She's like 5th or 6th. There's a lot of people in that show, but she's
that's pretty good being for
5th
or 6th build.
Yeah,
considering it's the 2 Martins and what's her name?
Yeah, Selena Gomez.
Gomez, yeah.
But she's 10 years into somewhat recent career. I feel like 10 years doesn't seem that long, really. But she's already been on some prestigious TV shows and films. And then young actor Dominic Sessa.
Never seen him.
Because he's never been in anything.
Oh, this is
his debut film.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I know. He just graduated too, like in 2022.
Holy shit.
I know. I can't believe this.
He actually does a really good job. He plays a belligerent teenage asshole really well, probably because he is one.
Right. He shares almost as much screen time as Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
He carries it. It's incredible.
That's shocking.
Yeah. So he makes his debut in this film. So the Holdovers features misfits and outcasts in a way that doesn't feel contrived or overly sour, and we end up empathizing with each character, although some more than others. Film critic Roger Ebert was strongly of the opinion that film is a powerful empathy machine, which I agree with. And The Holdovers is a perfect example of how a movie can be just that. We come into the film knowing that each of these characters has more to them than what we see on the surface, and the film does not disappoint at providing, moving revelations into their lives and how they've changed by interacting with each other by the end of the film. Paul Giamatti's character plays a boarding school professor obsessed with history. And
specifically the Roman Empire.
Right. But he explains to his pupil in the film that history is not simply the study of the past, it is an explanation of the present. And by setting this film over 50 years ago in the past, it's easy to see the point that the film's creators are making, as each of the characters could easily be anybody we know today. Do you have any thoughts?
So I didn't know if you wanted to do like a rundown of the film or not, but yeah, I do have some thoughts about the movie and also the characters. Like, so when I sat down to eat tonight and we started discussing this film briefly, your wife said that both you and her weren't sure if I was going to like this film, and were surprised when I said that I did.
Yeah.
I did enjoy it. I thought this movie could easily be a new Christmas classic. I think the premise is interesting. I will say that the film does feel a little predictable for me. There was only like one thing that was really surprising to me.
You shocked me when you said that too. I was like, really?
Yeah. I mean, I was making guesses.
Well, like, I guess what you mean by that was like, I could tell from the trailer, I kind of got the gist of the entire film.
I didn't watch the trailer,
okay.
Which I mentioned then as well. I hadn't watched the trailer. I got some information from the poster. You know, oh, this movie's going to be about these three people, obviously.
Yeah.
And the quick scenario of you're going to be stuck with these people for like 2.5 weeks, of course. And obviously all the characters don't jive well with each other in the beginning. Of course, they're going to, through spending this time together and learning all the intricacies about each other, to have an understanding and even a friendship at a certain point. But also like the little tidbits in there, like things for them to overcome. We're obviously going to have some sort of weird hurdle because the movie can't be interesting if people just get what they want, right? You know, Paul Giamatti's character can't get the girl. Angus, what was his name? Dominic is the actor's name. Angus is the character's name. I can't remember what the new guy's name.
Is it Angus Tully?
Angus Tully, yeah.
Because he calls him Tully a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Angus can't get away, you know, he as much as he wants to, he can't get away from this teacher or his situation, you know, and he learns to grow with it. And
because he's essentially been abandoned by his mom.
Yeah. And I believe the lady is Marie.
Divine Joy Randolph's character.
Yeah, it's Marie, right?
I don't remember her character's name.
I think it was Marie or Mary.
Yeah.
But either way, like she obviously has to deal with the fact that her son has recently died in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Like obviously those three things have to be resolved or this movie's going to be dark. And unfortunately, the tone of the film that I got was that this was not going to be fucking dark. This was going to end in a way where all the characters grow as people and we have a nice, succinct ending.
Well, that's one thing that's really beautiful about the film. Nothing's resolved. You know,
no, nothing's resolved, but they grow. But nothing can be resolved. Like
right,
really,
it's like what do you do about your son that died in Vietnam? What do you do about like a life that you've wasted because someone essentially stole it from you?
Yeah.
In Paul Giamatti's case,
yeah.
Not spoiler alert, but we find out that he has been stuck at teaching at this boarding school when he was meant for better things because he had a scholarship to Harvard.
Yeah,
but he got kicked out.
Because
after
someone
being falsely accused of plagiarism
when the person who accused him was the plagiarist, yeah,
and then it gets even more interesting from there. Trust me.
I mean, like that is the thing, though. Is it's just like life,
right? It's like it's like these are people you see in your everyday life, and they like some of them are miserable, some of them are just awful, some of them just seem not interesting at all, and like just failures in life. And it's like no, there's
a story to literally everybody,
right? And like don't cast these people aside. Like don't think any less of them.
Yeah.
They are just as interesting as anyone else off the street. Like, do not give them give them a second chance. Essentially, like treat them as humans,
right?
You know.
But like I said, I think that there was only one real surprise to me in this movie. It really did feel like by the numbers, which I'm sorry if that's like disappointing. But I felt like this was it was an above average.
I mean, it's no Titane.
No, I mean, once again, you've got Whiplash, right? Like I think. This goes back to me being spoiled for weird shit, right? Like, I watch a lot of weird stuff, you know. So when
you want something to take wild swings,
right? When I've got a palate cleanser of like this is normie shit, you know, it's gonna be normie shit. Like I'm not saying it's contrived because it's not. This film is not stealing from anything. It is not trying to crib on anybody else's style. It is a movie about, you know, what it's about. But unfortunately, when you're not taking wild swings, just like how Titane does, you can still fall into tropes even if you're not trying to, and you can become predictable because of that. I'm not trying to be mean to this film because it doesn't deserve to be.
I understand.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I thought this could be a Christmas classic if it does well or did well.
Right.
You know, I could see being bored of watching Santa Claus for the 7th time or 7 millionth time or something like that. You know, like wanting to have a Christmas film that puts you in the mood for the holiday stuff while also being like a movie that I wouldn't say challenges you, but gives you an adult, like it's an adult film. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know if I'm articulating it correctly, but it's not like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or, you know, Jingle All the Way or
Fred Claus.
Or Fred Claus. Exactly. It's not any of that stuff. You know, it's not Elf.
Yeah.
But it is a movie that takes place during Christmas and has Christmas as a central theme.
Paul Giamatti's in Fred Claus.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, it's bad.
I'd never seen that movie.
I had to watch it at a friend's house kind of recently, and I was like, this is bad. Put something else on. Yeah.
But yeah, that's like what I'm getting at is it's not like one of these films. It's like an off-brand. I'm not saying, I don't mean off-brand, but like it's like it's you know, it has the holidays and the season of giving, the thinking, being thoughtful of others as a central theme, and that's tied around the holidays. And so like that's what I'm getting at, is this is a film that you could put on during the holidays that has that messaging wrapped up in an adult package.
Right.
There it is. That's what I was getting at.
What I appreciated about it is it's that, but it's not cloying, like I said.
Right.
It's a bit more morose than you'd expect.
Yeah, because you've got death, you've got grief, you
Right.
have
and the film
abandonment.
isn't overly joyous in any sense. You know, no one gets a great resolution. There's
Nobody gets great presents either.
Right. Paul Giamatti is still kind of a miserable son of a bitch by the end of the movie, but he just seems a little bit lighter in his step about it too. You know, it was like he's not any nicer to those kids when he comes back into the classroom. Did you notice?
Yeah, I know.
He just gives Dominic a wry little look. You know.
So first things first, I loved that this movie did not show me or did not tell me shit. It was all context clues.
Yeah,
and the way that people talked, and the imagery that was given to you. All of these things were context clues, and it left you kind of figure out what was going on. And I fucking love that about this movie.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the reason why I respect this as a film.
I really liked how I thought from the beginning of the film, Paul Giamatti is going to flip and be like, oh, I need to be more understanding to these boys.
Yeah.
No, in fact, we actually, if anything, are more on his side about why he's an asshole to these kids.
And I respect it.
Yeah.
Because like
he's like, these are all rich, pampered assholes. And I'm like trying to prepare them for the real world. And also fuck these kids because all their dads are important. That's why they're here. You know?
Yeah. No, and like at a certain point, you do have to be the bad guy. We can go back to Glory. And if Ferris Bueller,
Matthew Broderick's character,
was any softer on those men, you could have lost more guys in their first conflict, and then they wouldn't have been given the chance to prove themselves as soldiers, or you could have lost all of them in that second conflict.
Right.
There is a certain point where you have to put your foot down and try to be hard to bring people who have the blinders on into reality. Unfortunately, the world is completely uncaring and doesn't give a single fuck about you or where you come from, you know? And you're going to have to make decisions that could define the rest of your life every fucking day.
Yeah.
You know, whether or not you're successful or you're on the streets and shit, you know? So I respect that. I respected it when he was doing it, because I knew that like the reason why he was being a dickhead was, you can tell all these kids were fucking failing because they weren't paying attention. They were all goofing off.
Yeah.
You know, before that, they're all, you know, talking about bumming each other's, just stealing each other's cigarettes and pornos and shit. Or what are you going to do for the break? They don't give a fuck.
That's just teenage boy stuff though. Because I was on their side. And then
I wasn't.
You learned through Paul
I'm an old
Giamatti
man.
that like, no, they're all just like rich, self-important assholes that come from money.
Yeah.
And they're just coming here because like that's where their parents thought they should go before they go to fucking Yale and Harvard. And he also has like a chip on his shoulder about guys like that because that's who fucked him over.
This is true. That's extra, but I didn't need that extra bit to know where he was coming from. I will say that he did have the conversation with the dean or president or whoever,
like the headmaster,
before he went and gave his class.
Right.
So that's all I needed to know why he does the thing that he does.
Because he was an asshole to like a senator's son, and it fucked up like a big donation of theirs. Yeah.
Too fucking bad.
But I was on the headmaster's side. I was like, oh, I get it. Like sometimes you have to be more lenient if it means the school can exist for another 10 years, you know?
No special treatment.
But then when you find out why, he's like, yeah, fuck all these guys.
Exactly.
Like, I want to prepare them. But also fuck them. They're never going to have anyone tell them to their face that they're dumb, you know?
Yeah.
So like, I might as well do it while I'm here. Basically, he doesn't say this, but like, that's the impression I got from his conversation with Dominic in the liquor store.
Yeah.
Divine Joy Randolph.
Best character
is Mama June.
Mama June, sorry.
In Puss in Boots' Last Wish.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You blew my mind.
Yeah.
She's the lady with the cat.
Yes.
Cats.
That takes care of all the cats. She's also in The Lost City, which was really funny.
I actually remember you looking up all the voices and being like, I know this lady from somewhere.
Yeah.
I just can't put my fucking finger on it.
And it was from Only Murders in the Building. Yeah. She's in the High Fidelity TV show. She was in like every episode. It looks like she was Charisse.
Nice.
I haven't seen that yet though. Oh, she's on Becoming a God in Central Florida, which I want to see.
What is that?
It is a Kirsten Dunst trailer park.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, but it's like a comedy.
Is this a show or a movie?
It's a TV show. Yeah, it came out a few years ago.
Oh, I didn't know
I heard
that.
it's really good. Oh,
That
yeah, she's in
sounds awesome.
Dolomite Is My Name. Have you seen that?
I wanted to. I've been meaning to watch that. I don't even think it's on Netflix anymore. I want to watch that so bad because I know it's like a commentary
It's
on...
a Netflix movie.
Yeah,
it
it
better
is.
be on there.
It was a commentary on blaxploitation films, was it not?
It's not just a commentary. Like, it's about the guy that made a bunch of them.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to watch that so bad because I
Eddie
find
Murphy is the guy.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's so good.
Because I remember watching like Pootie Tang and there was like one other one.
See, Pootie Tang is like a commentary on blaxploitation movies.
Right.
Yeah.
But like I remember like growing up and seeing like the joke of those things.
The post 70s like blaxploitation.
Right, because
yeah.
they did the same thing on Mad TV. Because I remember
oh yeah,
Deborah Wilson would like play characters that would like fuck with that trope.
I think Ari Spears would too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so like I remember seeing that stuff and being like, what are these movies? Like what the fuck is this? And I remember Pootie Tang came out, like I fucking love Pootie Tang.
Yeah.
Oh, what was it? Undercover Brother was the other
Oh
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was more of a riff on like Austin Powers at the same time.
It was,
too,
but still.
How great is it that Deborah Wilson is in so many video games right now?
Fucking love Deborah Wilson.
She shows up all the time in everything. She's the main character in Jedi Survivor.
Yes, and Fallen Order. I love her as Seer. And like, and she does a great job. She does in the first one. She does a fucking fantastic job. Of being a Jedi washout. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. She's great. I fucking love her. I think it's crazy that she's like tatted from the neck down too. Like it's unreal. She was always one of my favorites on Mad TV, and like I remember like when I was like, who the fuck is Seer Junda? Who plays? Because she looks so familiar. It was fucking Deborah Wilson.
She's in everything right now. She's in Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Tight.
She's in The Outer Worlds. She's in Gears of War 5. She's in Wolfenstein Youngblood.
Gears of War 5?
She was in Rage 2. Some of these games are not good,
Yeah,
but that's not her fault.
Well, Gears of War 5, I think, was actually like a return to, and was actually good.
Right. I just never got into that series, though.
I know. One day we got to do when we're big and we have a Patreon.
We do a Twitch stream of all.
Yeah. And we're going to do the first 3.
I already want us to do all the Halo playthroughs.
To Reach. I'm not going past Reach.
That's fair. That's fair. Although I would push to get to 5.
I know you do. You are a 5
I
stan.
like 5.
Yeah.
Days Gone, Far Cry New Dawn, Warcraft Shadowlands. She's in Redfall, Systems. I'm running out of like, this is insane.
It is kind of nuts.
She's in so many video games. She's also Amanda Waller in the Suicide Squad game.
She is. That's right. Which is never going to come out.
But if it does,
is it going to be good? You think it's going to be good? Or is it going to be bad?
I think it's going to be bad.
It's been in development hell for like almost a decade now.
Yeah, and from everything that keeps coming out about it, it looks worse and worse.
That's sad.
You know, it's going to be like a games as a service, like it's like Destiny now.
Yeah, which games as a service games are not doing well and probably need to go the way of the dodo. How about you launch a complete game that has an overarching story and no DLC?
But even the ones that like...
And called it Balding Gate.
Like the best examples of those are still not enough. Like Destiny.
No, Baldur's Gate is enough.
You think that's a game as a service?
Oh, no. Sorry, I was saying get rid of games as service.
No, I mean like that in that genre, if it's a genre.
Destiny is
even its best examples
are not good.
Are not fulfilling.
No.
You know, like they're still lacking.
Yeah. I did enjoy our time in Destiny.
I did too, but the whole time we were mocking it for being there was no story.
This is true. Yeah, we were.
You ran out of content so fast.
It was an in joke. You're right.
Yeah, and it's like you paid $60 ass dollars for this game, and there is literally a line that's like, I don't have time to explain why I don't have time to explain. And I'm like, you've explained nothing. The cutscenes are nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing happening.
This is true.
And I understand that 2 like apparently greatly reversed that. There's been a lot of development and story content, but also they want you to pay like $70 every year at minimum on top of cosmetics and all kinds of crazy shit. I can't keep up. I gave up on it. That's why, you know.
Old man yells at sky. Anyways, we're talking about the Holdovers, dude. How did we end up talking about Deborah Wilson? Because we were talking about you
said Mad TV, blaxploitation movies.
Yeah.
Dolomite Is My Name.
Yes,
I'm going backwards here.
It's because
Divine Joy Randolph
is in a show.
Yes,
that she was in. Dolomite Is My Name. There we go.
Yes.
Cool. Sorry. Wow. Holy fucking shit. I liked her in this movie.
I'm repeating a line that I told you earlier, but one of my favorite lines in this film is Paul Giamatti's cracking down on the kids.
Yes.
And Dominic says to him, I thought all the Nazis were hiding out in Argentina.
That's right.
There's a quiet scene in the hotel room when they go to Boston where Paul Giamatti sees Dominic drop some medicine, and it's his depression medication.
Yeah.
And Paul Giamatti doesn't bring it back up, doesn't remark on it, but you just see him walk over to his bag and take out his exact prescription and take it too.
Yeah.
I thought that was sweet. It was like, oh yeah, they're both being medicated. And also we find out that Dominic has a psychologist.
Yes.
That feels modern. That
does feel modern.
Normal for 1970?
I can't even believe that it was, because I know so many people who are boomers who are like, if you go see a psychiatrist or a psychologist,
or you have like a depression medication,
you're going to be Baker acted, or nobody's going to want you because you're fucking depressed.
Right.
Shit like that. So
that feels like something that started happening in the 90s.
Yeah.
You know,
maybe it's a rich person thing. I don't know.
You know what? That could be, because they're also in New England.
Yeah.
So they're a bit more
progressive
when it comes to like mental health.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why too. And maybe it wasn't that ordinary for, I'm guessing Dominic, was he at the school on scholarship, or did his like mom have money?
His mom had money.
That explains it then.
Because they were able to didn't they go to the Keys or something? Her and new Squeeze?
Yeah, they were going to St. Kitts.
St. Kitts, that's what it was. Sorry.
Yeah.
My son was sitting there watching something on his fucking tablet.
When I was telling Courtney earlier, I was like, do you remember when like nothing was on TV?
Yes.
That's not going to make any sense to our kid.
Nope.
Like, what do you mean nothing was on? I'm like, there's just nothing on.
Yeah, it was a time slot that nothing good was on.
You either like learn to like whatever is on,
yep,
or you find something else to do.
Yeah, man. Fucking Nick Jr. during the fucking summer, you had to really get autistic about a video game.
Yeah,
I really liked the part where Paul Giamatti was talking to the lady about how poor people's kids are dying in fucking Vietnam. Well, the rich, he was telling her how he was really feeling himself.
Yeah,
he took a shower. He got that deodorant on because he's a stinky boy, and
it wasn't even deodorant. It was like the Glade spray from the bathroom.
Whatever.
I think, but
it was something that made him smell nicer, I assume.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Yeah, I'm really gonna fucking try. I'm gonna win this chick over. I'm gonna show her how progressive I am. They're killing all the poors over in Vietnam." That kind of stuff. Before obviously her husband or whatever shows up,
walks in the door. Yeah,
and he's like, "Fuck, back to my goon cave for me." But the speech that he gave her, I thought was really, it was on the nose, but I enjoyed it. I liked it. I thought it was a good one. I liked that. Once again, he really fit into the incel archetype because of always talking about the Roman Empire. Like, dude,
right.
That man wanted to be in the Roman Empire so fucking bad, dude.
Yeah.
My God, if that man ever gets his hands on a fucking time machine, it's over for everybody.
There was a Letterboxd review that I almost pulled that was like, this movie proves that even in the 1970s, men were always thinking about the Roman Empire.
Yeah. I'm not one of those people. I forget it fucking exists like all the fucking time. But I will send the memes to one of my buddies.
I think about the ancient Greeks more than I think about the Romans.
I don't think about anything except for Warhammer. My whole brain is Warhammer.
Wow.
One of the other things that I really thought was a good show don't tell about this film is like Paul Giamatti eventually, like towards the end of the film, kind of dies on the sword for Dominic. Mm-hmm. Basically sacrificing his career to protect the future of a young man who is brilliant, or at least smart. And I think that Paul was getting clued into Dominic's intelligence by all the dumb shit Dominic would say to him right before doing something. All the Latin that he would, aliacta s shit that he would throw out at Paul Giamatti before, like dislocating his fucking shoulder or trying to get a beer or something like that. Like, clearly he's been paying attention in class, but he doesn't apply himself because he's troubled. He's got other things in his mind, like his fucking mentally ill dad and how his mom does not want anything to do with him. So those were really neat, like little tidbits. There's a lot of like really neat, interesting things that are in this film that clues you into everybody's thought process and the eventual conclusion that everybody runs into.
I will say too, because this isn't explicitly stated, but I think another reason Paul Giamatti threw himself on the sword to get himself fired to protect Dominic from getting sent to the military school is because that could have meant that Dominic would have been sent to Vietnam and died. Because
oh fuck, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because there was a draft happening.
That's right.
And if you go to military school, you're going to Vietnam.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to college, you're exempt. But if you get kicked out and you go to military school, you're going to Vietnam. So they never say this. But I assumed it was implied.
Yeah.
Because when he says, like, I could go to military school if I get kicked out of here now. And it was said with, like, complete dread. And it's like, in peacetime, that just means that they're just going to be hard on you.
Yeah.
But because Vietnam is looming in the background of this movie,
right,
because that's what killed Divine Joy Randolph's son.
Curtis.
I think that's the implication there is, like, it doesn't just mean he's going to get a worse education and he's going to get like, have a drill sergeant yell in his face all day. Like, it means he's going to Vietnam and he might die.
I hadn't considered that.
So that's why I think it was even more heroic for him to be like, you know what? Fuck this job.
Yeah.
I'm going to stand up to his parents, his mom and his stepdad. God, it's
a very good scene.
Greasy when his dad corrects the guy and goes stepdad too, when he's in the room with the headmaster and the teacher. And it's just like, oh God, could you be any worse in this scene?
Yeah. That whole, instance was really well done. I liked a lot of the stuff in there in this film. Hey, Titanic was a good movie and it was really well acted. All right, let's talk about literally anything else. You want to talk about anything?
Yeah, man. Godzilla's out.
It is out.
That might be our next episode.
Oh, actually, hold on. I want to talk about the juxtaposition between Godzilla -1 and Godzilla X Kong. Let's talk about that real quick.
Okay. Godzilla X. Oh, the new one.
Yeah. Have you seen the fucking trailer?
Yes. Godzilla can't run like that. Shut up.
Okay. First off, shut up about that because he literally flies on his fucking tail. That's not.
I know. I love all the people making fun of it. They're like, Godzilla used to do this.
I like that's not what's got me all fucked up. Okay, what's got me fucked up about this movie is that we can't have two things in one, right? We can't have Shin Godzilla and 2014 Godzilla like in the same area of time, right? Because when you've got a big Hollywood movie that I know that you enjoyed 2014, but 2014 was not good. When you have a big Hollywood movie...
That's your opinion.
That's like my opinion, man.
You hate fun.
You're not wrong. I actually, you know what?
No, that movie is not fun.
No,
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I can't even say that, nerd.
No, it's okay. But this is going to be a Will hates fun kind of thing, right? But you can't have like a serious look at Godzilla and treating it like it's some sort of actual natural disaster versus we're going to try to say this thing's a force of nature, but actually it's just going to fight some bug monsters and leave. You can't do the two things. You can't have Shin in 2014, right? You can't have Godzilla -1. Which is a film that is doing gangbusters right now. Everybody who has seen it.
Wait, are you actually making this argument, or you're saying like facetiously that like people are mad that we have both?
No, I'm not. I don't give a shit about what other people think. I'm just stating my opinion.
You're actually mad that there is the Universal's.
I'm not mad
version.
Well, okay. Let me not say that I'm not mad. Right? I'm having a bit of an issue with
the dichotomy of how there are two different Godzillas.
Yes, because
right
I
now.
want to have the Hollywood Godzilla be somewhat serious. I'm
They've
very
completely lost the plot on that since King of the Monsters, though.
No, I don't think King of Monsters was too goofy. Like, yeah.
No, it was. But like in a way that it rode the line. Just fine.
That's the thing. Is it
only got goofier from there.
Yes. That's what I was going to get at. Is Godzilla versus King Kong was fucking stupid. It was a dumb fucking film. I think they dropped the ball on in multiple different areas. The one thing they didn't drop the ball on was that Godzilla fucking won that fight, as he should have back in the fucking 60s.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. It's the fact that they just didn't attempt to keep it serious. You could still have Godzilla fight King Kong and keep it, rooted in, some sort of realism. I mean, like, you've gone out of your way to depict both these creatures as realistic representations, modern representations of what they were back in the day with the fucking suits and shit. But like, it I don't know. It's bothersome. It's bothersome because of how well 2014 Godzilla did versus how well Pacific Rim did. We don't have a Pacific Rim franchise, and Pacific Rim had the room to be goofy and serious all at once. It had that ability to do that, but because it was a new franchise, it did not do well. And Legendary, was like, okay, let's just fucking do Godzilla because Godzilla makes money, right? And so now we have a creature that I enjoy. And it's like, it's not even, I don't have any problems with him. I have problems with him having to share the screen with King Kong, which is a fucking stupid monster. I don't like King Kong. I don't like that all of this, the whole movie's going to have a fuck ton of giant monkey monsters and a baby monkey.
Who is this new villain too? He's just Redder Kong?
Dude, he's Muto. He's just an original character. Do not steal again. Stop doing that. Godzilla has a giant fucking rogues gallery of monsters that you can pump up and make look awesome and modern.
Do they not own the rights to it? Does Toho have it?
No, they have to. If they got Ghidorah, they can get Gigan.
Yeah.
They can get Biolante. They can get any of these things. They teased Batra at the end of fucking King of Monsters.
Yeah.
You can do all of that. You can do all of that instead of creating new fucking characters and doing this Hollow Earth shit and having a bunch of fucking Kongs. Having a baby version of King Kong in this movie is going to make it stupider than it already is.
I think they have to do the Hollow Earth thing because otherwise it's too dark and serious because they're destroying cities as they fight, you know?
I want it to be dark and serious.
I know. You want Pacific Rim, 3, but not anything to do with Uprising.
No. I fuck with Uprising. It's fine. Uprising's okay.
I just can't even bring myself to see it because I'm just so disappointed.
Well, we should do it. When we do Pacific Rim, we might as well just do the second one.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as you think. It's just not as good as it could have been.
Shout out to that Pacific Rim fan account that we always send each other reels from too on Instagram.
I fucking love it.
Do you know the name of it officially?
No, I have no idea.
It's so good. I've forgotten how good the Pacific Rim theme song is too.
It fucking jazzes me up every single time I hear it, dude. It's so good, dude.
Our whole Pacific Rim episode is just going to be you and me going, it's so good.
It's so good.
Back and forth.
I fucking love this film. You know that part where he had a fucking rocket in his elbow? It's so good.
And then he does this and he does the sword and he's like, shit.
The part where Cherno Alpha punches the guy and then pulls his arm back and still punches him as his arm is going back. It's so good.
Do you know the SNL sketch where Chris Farley would play like a fanboy interviewing actors?
No.
And he has like Arnold Schwarzenegger on the couch and he's like, do you remember when you were the Terminator? And he's like, yeah. He's like, that was really cool. that's us.
Yeah, more than likely. But yeah, I mean, it's just such a bummer because I actually really enjoy the design of Legendary's Godzilla. I think it's really cool. I actually really enjoy.
I love that they made him thick too.
Yeah,
you know?
thick, monstrous, the beast of a thing. I like the purple spine's really cool. I like the next evolution. Like obviously he's around, he's killing stuff, he's getting stronger. I like that. I like the way that it runs. Fuck you. Who cares? I just don't like King Kong. I think that King Kong brings down Godzilla. They need to be their own things.
I did think that the Kong Skull Island was like kind of interesting.
Skull Island actually had like
it does some things.
It does some things that I really enjoyed, but also like it treated human death like really irreverently. You know, like,
but it also makes you be like, some of these guys have it coming though.
Sure, but the one guy that was like trying to bait it into eating him.
God, what is Shea Wigham?
Yeah,
he's in the new Mission Impossible too.
I like him as an actor.
He's a great actor.
He's a great actor.
He shows up in the Righteous Gemstones last season too.
Oh, does he really?
He's so funny in it. Yeah,
but like, him.
When he pulls the grenades and he's like, "Come on!" and they just like knock him into the wall.
Yeah, no hungry creature is going to like tail whip somebody. Like that's a snack. Eat it. Let him die hero.
I think the implication is they're smart enough to know better too, though.
Sure,
because it's whatever. It's whatever. They are stupid. They only get stupider too, is the thing.
And King of Monsters is the worst rated one. Explain that to me.
I know.
Explain it to me, Jerry. Dude, make it make sense.
The only way that movie would be better is if the fucking Titans showed up in it, you know, or the Pacific Rim robots.
Oh, dude, yeah.
They're called Titans, right?
No, they're called Jaegers.
Jaeger. God damn it, I knew that.
You haven't watched it recently, have you?
No.
You need to.
I only saw it in theaters once, dude.
Holy fuck,
Every
Jared.
once in a while, I'd catch like a snippet on like TV and I'd be like,
I've seen the movie like 7 or 8 times. But anyways, what I was saying was that I know I'll be successful if I get one of those statues because like, dude, I really want, what is the fucking
Gypsy Danger?
No, I don't actually, you know, it's really funny. I don't like Danger. I don't like Danger and I don't like Avenger. My favorite one is Striker Eureka. Striker Eureka and Crimson Typhoon. Like,
Crimson Typhoon's awesome.
Yeah, those two are OG Jaegers are fucking cool as shit. Yeah. It's a fucking shame that Typhoon goes down like a bitch. It's the first one that dies.
Is that the green one?
No, Typhoon's red.
Oh, no. Which one's the green one, though? Isn't that the Russian one or something? Or
Cherno Alpha's green, yeah. Both Cherno and Striker is kind of like a olive green, like a brown green.
Yeah.
So there's 2 green ones.
What a world.
I know.
God, they put so much work into just the design and the history.
Did you ever read the novels or the comic books?
I read a comic book.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
My favorite Jaeger from the lore is Tacit Ronin. It's it's the Japan one. It's in one shot of the film, and it's because it's been deregulated. Right. It's one of the ones in the junkyard.
Yeah.
But Tacit Ronin is fucking sick. It's this sleek. It's got a lot of triangular bits to it. It's got arm blades that come out and shit, kind of like the sword that Gypsy Danger's got. So fucking cool, man. I love that. I love that suit so much. None of the ones from from 2 are really striking, except for Obsidian Fury, which is the bad guy suit, but who cares?
There's a bad guy Jaeger.
Yeah.
How?
It makes sense, though. It makes sense. When you watch the movie, it makes sense.
Okay.
Dude, I don't know what to tell you.
We're renewing the apocalypse.
Yeah, dude. The apocalypse has been uncanceled. You know, the apocalypse said some really misogynistic stuff on Twitter, but it's been.
But Elon's back. He owns the platform, so he's unbanning him.
we're uncanceling the apocalypse. Do you want to talk about Grok? I'm just kidding.
I have nothing to say about Grok.
It's woke AI.
We've just been watching like Simpsons and Frasier a lot.
New Frasier?
No. What is that even on? Peacock, I guess?
I have no idea. I heard it's good, supposedly.
You did?
Yeah.
I can't imagine it's good.
It has none of the other cast in it except for Frasier.
That's why I don't want to watch it.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's
why Haley doesn't want to watch it either.
I watch Frasier for everybody else.
Also found out that the guy who plays Frasier is kind of a right-wing weirdo.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Has been.
Sucks ass.
Oh, does he?
Yes. And I've always made peace with that because he's not why I watch the show. He sucks.
Oh, okay,
you laugh at him
on
the show. You know, it's like everybody else is great. You like Niles, you like Daphne, you like Roz, you like Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Frasier's there to be a piece of shit, and everyone's mean to him anyway because he's mean to them. You know.
Yeah.
And that's why when he was the only returning character, I was like, "Fuck this show!
I'm not gonna watch this."
And his son isn't goth anymore. I'm out.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Plenty good video games recently.
No, just Fortnite.
God, you suck.
Fortnite is good.
Dude, no, you fucking suck.
I don't care.
God damn.
Fortnite good.
Becoming a dad has really made you suck.
Anytime I sit down with a controller, though, the baby starts crying.
I know, I'm aware.
I've tried to play Cyberpunk. It's not good.
It's not good. No?
Oh, it's not good.
Oh, you were so excited.
I was.
Oh, no.
It is. It's a worse Deus Ex. Like, because
man,
I love,
I
love the Deus Ex series. Like, I even like the newer ones.
You kind of riffed on me for liking Invisible War.
I liked it too, but I know it sucks.
Well, fuck you. I thought that was a big brain game, man. I really thought I was doing something.
But I mean, if you like that, you might like Cyberpunk. Man.
I did like Invisible War. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it.
Why?
I'm not going to support I don't give a fuck how much time they've spent fixing their fucking game.
Yeah.
It should have launched complete. I'm gonna start doing this shit now. I'm gonna start doing this shit now. This is the reason why I haven't gone back to Darktide, even though I want to. The game needs to launch complete, man. Like Baldur's Gate really has changed a thing in me.
You can see like Cyberpunk is still glitchy as fuck.
Is it really?
There's nothing to do. It's empty as hell. I remember all the trailers were like unlimited choices and freedom. Damn. And like they literally like you can't do any like I've only played the first 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Like repeatedly for dad reasons. But like you can't they hold your hand. Like the tutorial is completely forced. You can't walk outside of the lines, and if you do, you're just wasting your time. There's nothing else to pick up. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like they're trying to be Deus Ex meets GTA.
Yeah,
is like the easiest way to describe it. And
it's talk about GTA.
Like both of those are better games.
Yeah,
yeah. How excited are you for 6? Because like, did you play 5?
I'm not. Here's
I don't know you as a GTA guy at all.
I'll say, here's a fun little story about GTA. Right?
Yeah.
So we had Vice City, but I didn't own it. And my brother didn't own it.
Yeah.
Our cousin in Polk City owned it. So we only ever got to play GTA whenever we would go out there every other weekend. And only if our dad wanted to stay at their place, right?
I was the same way. I never owned a GTA. I only got to play it at like cousins' houses.
Yeah.
And like if a friend had it, I could like maybe play it at their house.
Right.
And it was in limited interactions. And then when it finally came to Xbox, years and years later, I like talked my mom into it somehow. And I just sat there and beat all of them and had so much fun.
Oh, really?
And it was like years after anyone cared to, you know?
Yeah. What year was that? Because I feel like
it's a good question. Because it was after the ship had sailed. You know?
Yeah. I was gonna say like I think that I had moved on from then. I think like I was playing Halo, Gears of War, stuff like that.
They were definitely out by then. Yeah.
And so like I just had fond memories of playing Vice City, seeing how long I could last before I got killed. So like I don't have a huge
2005.
2005. Okay, I was 15. I was playing Halo.
Yeah, I was getting too old probably.
I was playing the shit out of some fucking Halo then.
Yep.
So I had no interest, and I remember 5 has been out forever. I had no interest. But 6 coming out and also being once again set in Florida has me interested. I have a lot of pride as a Floridian of this stupid fucking state. I think it was interesting, but maybe exploitative of like making homages to like people in Florida for the trailer. Like
have you seen the
Joker guys doing a lawsuit?
Yeah.
You know,
I should have sent you this reel the other day. It was like comparisons of every scene in the trailer to like a real.
Yeah, I've seen.
Okay.
I saw that.
Yeah, I didn't know every single one of those was real, basically. Even the girl on the car and the alligator. I was like, those were just things that I'm like, yeah, sure, that happened here.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were all based on real, videos.
Yeah. And so like, I don't know. I think that's neat. And I think there's it not just being set in Miami, but also like Tampa and Orlando exist in some capacity. Sebring exists in some capacity. I'm here for it, man. I think I might actually fucking
It's going to be fascinating. But here's my holdup.
Okay, what's up?
I think Rockstar, I don't think they're good writers.
No, they're not. Why? Okay,
yeah.
Most people play Grand Theft Auto to shoot at random people and evade the police. That's why I played it.
Most people who are still playing it to this day are playing it because they role play on GTA Online.
Right. Yeah.
Which is a whole fascinating world into itself that like Rockstar doesn't want to discourage, but it's not why they make their games, which is so fascinating. GTA has always been the juvenile, it's like playing cops and robbers with unlimited freedom kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the game was like no holds barred. It lets you do the most depraved stuff essentially. But like honestly, pretty tame compared to some video games now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But at the time, like having an open world, like third person shooter like that for GTA 3, Vice City, and even San Andreas was unbelievable. And then like every video game became that. It's really, A, it's lost its uniqueness.
Mm-hmm.
And two, B, they're horrible writers. Like, and it only got more and more obvious.
I thought Red Dead was a good, well-written game. Was it not?
I mean, we could have a whole 2-hour podcast about me saying why I think Red Dead Redemption 2 sucks. Actually.
I would love to because I've never played it. Because Rockstar games don't appeal to me.
Red Dead's a little different because I feel like they give it, well, 2 specifically, let themselves, I don't know, get a little bit more
serious.
Yes. Because GTA is always tongue-in-cheek. It's always like making sex jokes and fart jokes and drug jokes.
Mm-hmm.
And it can never be serious. And when it is serious, it's just depressing.
Mm-hmm.
Like GTA 5 is like the dourest campaign I've ever played. The biggest thing that everybody has with it is like there is a extreme torture scene that people hate. Like you're literally pulling teeth out of a guy that's innocent.
Oh, it's heavy metal.
Yeah. And you're doing it with a NSA contractor. That he's like, yeah, I used to torture people overseas in the Middle East for no reason, and you're doing it to this guy. It's really bad.
Ronald DeSantis?
Yeah, right. Oh, there's going to be
100%. Yeah.
There's vaguely coded like Ron DeSantis guy. It literally be called like Ronald, D'Souza or some bullshit.
Yeah, and he's got lifts.
And it's not even, it's going to be just removed enough that it's not like legally actionable, but it's not even going to be funny.
No,
that's the thing. Like, all of their jokes in their games aren't funny. They're just like, yeah, a 13-year-old could have written that. And when I was 13, it was amazing. Yeah. I loved it.
Yeah.
But again, these games are made for 13-year-olds. And I remember playing GTA 5 and being like, what's going on, man? Like this used to hit different, like, and I was like, oh, I used to be a lot younger.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
They used to be goofier too, but now they're even more dour and depressing, which is really weird.
I think going back to Florida, gives it some space to be silly, because Florida is silly. We're not.
Yes and no.
I know. Okay, yeah, you could focus on like all of the awful stuff that is in Florida. All the homelessness, the meth addiction, all that other shit. You absolutely could do that.
5 still did that with. There's like a huge subplot about Scientology that they use for a lot of gags.
I don't know.
Yeah, and then it's just going to be the same thing. Like because like they poke fun at so much California stuff in 5. And then 4 it was all honestly 4 didn't have a lot of jokes. 4 was like the most depressing one. Did you play 4?
I didn't play anything other than Vice City.
That's insane to me.
I didn't have a PlayStation.
I know, but it came out on everything.
I was poor.
You were an adult when 4 came out.
What? When did 4 come out?
Like 2008 or 9?
I was still poor. Dude, I was working 3 days.
Yeah, but you had like a 360 by then, right?
Yeah, that my grandmother got me. But like
I didn't care who bought it.
It was like right before she died. I didn't realize it was on Xbox. It doesn't matter. I played.
It was on everything.
Dude, I played a lot of Halo.
Fair.
And in Gears of War.
You didn't miss anything. 4.
I know I didn't miss anything.
All the GTAs are like milestones.
Yeah,
but like they're not good.
No, okay.
It's so weird because like 3 Vice City, San Andreas were a moment.
Yeah, I actually
I
cannot
loved
wait
2
for
back
this
in
to
the
go
day.
up on YouTube, and we finally we hit the right algorithm where you trash something that's really popular, and then a bunch of people come in and comment.
I don't think I'm that unique in saying this, though.
You don't?
No.
You're the first person I've heard that says that they just don't. They think GTA is poorly written. I've never had this conversation with anybody.
It is though. It's so. Go check out like a YouTube video of someone like playing a cutscene, because like even in 4 they started doing the thing where even when you're just driving between missions, like your characters will interact and talk to each other, and it's not even fascinating. It's like I heard someone describe it as like it's like you left the microphone on in the background of like a restaurant. That's what it feels like. I'm like, somebody wrote this and then acted it. This is nothing. And there would even be in 4 and 5, there's like you can watch TV and you can see like stand-up comedy shows and movies and like cartoons and stuff that they made in the game.
Yeah.
They're not funny. It's just like you just left the TV on in the middle of the day. That's what it feels like, you know? And it's like, are they just filling time? Like this is the most expensive game ever made at the time, you know? It's like this is nothing. It's so bizarre.
Me how you really feel.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not excited for 6. I will probably play it.
Okay. Well, I am excited that 6 exists because it's Florida.
Yeah.
But also, I'm probably not going to play it either.
I think they were better when they were more cartoony, you know?
Well, maybe they go back to that. You don't know. You don't know what's going to happen.
They're not for this one. They're not. No, they're in the middle of their like serious trilogy, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah. No, in fact, there was a huge leak like a year or 2 ago about what 6 is about.
Oh, really?
And the trailer is like 100%, like to a T, because it's about like a guy and a girl, a Bonnie and Clyde situation that you jump between both of them.
Right.
And I just remember reading the leak. It was on like 4chan or something. And he was 100% right. Yeah.
So where's my Titanfall 3 leak then? I need it.
I don't know, bud. I don't know how to help you with that one.
I just want my robots back.
Maybe when Apex quits making money, I guess is the only way we'll ever see that. And even then, that might just get EA to lay off Respawn entirely.
Again?
Yeah.
That's why I'm like so fucking excited about this stupid Rebel Moon movie. Like, if it's like, I know it's going to be derivative as fuck, but there's going to be so much shit to chew on. I'm like really excited about it.
What if there's not?
Dude, oh God.
What if it's just 3 hours of someone reading Atlas Shrugged at you?
Oh my God, dude, but what if it is that?
I mean, it might be that with CGI spaceships, you know, like
fucking tight as shit, actually. When are you going to bring back trivia? I liked it.
Oh, yeah.
I liked when you've been like, name this movie.
I can do that.
And then you tell me like a plot of some sort of
I got to make
movie.
it harder.
Yeah, because I got who's talking.
Yeah, I would just pull up a film on IMDb and look at the synopsis and read it to you without any like identifying words.
Yeah.
Nah, I might sit down and write out like an actual like trivia questions.
Yeah,
yeah,
be good. Here's a good trivia question: did any World War I participants also serve in the Civil War?
I think I told you this later too, but I even looked it up, and the average
age of somebody like that survived, like the average age of people living during that time was like 32.
35.
That's
which was like, I think exactly what I said. Like, kind of jokingly, but I was like, that might be right. And it was. And I was like,
that's why
that's
Matthew
actually
Broderick
really
is so
fucking
young
sad
in it. I think that's
too.
the reason why he's so young in it. It
Right.
has to be.
Yeah, because it's not that inconceivable that a 22-year-old would have been like a commander or captain at the time, I guess. But he also just like, he plays young is the other thing.
That's true.
And he had just been Ferris Bueller like 3 years ago. Anyway, not to relitigate the Glory episode.
Hey, you want to talk about Glory again?
Honestly, we had a lot to talk about. And we didn't even do the plot, did we?
No, we didn't.
We didn't even run down the whole plot.
Well, it's because that movie's also 2 hours long. I think that's a good reason why we didn't like run down the plot of this one too. Is 2 hours long. Actually, that was my one critique of this film.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna bring it back to Holdovers real quick. My one critique of this film is that it was 2 hours long. I don't think it needed to be.
I felt it was earned.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Because like,
what would you have trimmed?
No, so ever since, well, hold on a second. Ever since you made mention to me like films don't respect your time anymore, and I know that's the more of a jab at like Marvel films and whatnot, which I totally understand and I agree with you on that one. So now I've always had that in the forethought of my brain whenever I put on a film for this show, and I look at the runtime and I think to myself, okay, this movie is 2 hours long. Does it need to be? And I feel like it didn't need to be 2 hours long, but that being said, there's no way you're going to get all of that within like an hour and 45 minutes. Like, what's the extra 15 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
But that was my one like critique is like, I don't know if this needed to be 2 hours. But if it was an hour and a half, it'd be way too quick. So like,
I bet I could see an edit of this film that's 90 minutes and it would still be good.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But there's just too many films that go on and on and on. Well, folks, thank you for listening to Debaser. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to us on your podcast app and follow us on social media by searching for @DebaserPod. We also have a YouTube channel, which you can subscribe to, and we are looking to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, so please check us out there. I've been Jared Rusk, and my lovely co-host has been Will Taylor. Will, where can people find you, and would you like to plug anything?
I'm on pocket score underscore 22. Pocket underscore infinity on
there
Instagram.
You go. I was going to say it for you.
I'm going to plug my fucking birthday, baby. I'm 34. I'm old as fuck. I'm going to disintegrate into paste after this.
You're not that old.
No, I know I'm not that old.
34 is the new 24.
You're fucking lying. You lied on that one, bud.
Honestly, no. Look up Google 34-year-olds in 1970, and you're going to have a good day.
Oh, okay. Right on. Hell
People used to live hard lives. I think it's a combination of like smoking and cigarettes, or smoking and alcohol. Obviously.
Smoking and cigarettes. Hell yeah.
When you're doing both, when you're smoking and you're doing cigarettes.
That's right. More than likely, I don't have those vices. I'm good.
Right. I think that's a good reason why we don't look as old as we are.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, that's a wrap. Good night, everybody.
Holdovers is great. Go watch it. Bye.
Debaser is hosted and produced by Will Taylor and Jared Rusk. Want to email the show? Send it to podcast@debaserpod.com. Want to help us out? Please leave us a review on your podcast platform of choice, especially Apple Podcasts. If you write a 5-star review of Debaser on Apple Podcast, I may read your review in a future episode. Thank you for listening, and take care out there.
Ugh. That's why you asked me if anybody read
Yeah. Because I want to make sure I... Oh my god,
I'm going to write a review now, so you have to read it.
Oh my god.
And I'm going to make it fucking unhinged.
I say May.